Okay, so a pleasant day to everyone. I am here to present my topic for instructional materials. It's about syllabus design. So as you can see in the picture, there's a comic script there. So what in the first in the left far left, what did we cover in class last week? So the teacher answered, it's in the syllabus. In the next one, what's your late homework policy? The answer is it's in the syllabus. The third one, when are your office hours? The teacher answered, it's in the syllabus. And the last one is, how will my grade be computed? So the answer is, it's in the syllabus. So in a way, everything about all these questions by the students can be answered in our course syllabus. So for this presentation, I will be dealing about how to make to design syllabus based on your subject matter. So the first thing are the different requirements in making a syllabus. So the first one is you have to have a course title. And then after that, we have your course designator. Next is the course number. Next is the number of credits. Usually it's about 3 units in our university. Day, the time, and the place of meetings, the name of the instructor, the location of the office or the classroom, office hours, and then method of contacting you. It's either by phone, email, a brief description of the course, the required and recommended materials, and the location of the materials used, course goals, objectives, and expectations. Next is the course prerequisites, the scheduling of assignments, papers, and projects, criteria for grading and the grading standards, including there the rubrics of how you grade the output of the students, the makeup exam policies, the academic workload, then the statement on accommodation for students with disabilities, the statement on classroom conduct, and the statement on academic misconduct, statement regarding sexual harassment, these are the new ones, and the statement on penalties for late work. So after discussing about the different parts of the syllabus requirements, we'll go now to the different syllabus enhancements. So these are statements which encourages students to see you outside of class. Description of what the class will be like, including a description of and or the rationale for your teaching methods, especially now that we are using the blended learning. So it must be incorporated in our core syllabus. What are the things that we do in order for us to deliver the best way or the best way of transmitting knowledge to our students. Next is clear guidelines detailing how students are to prepare and behave during class. Example of this is the reading assignments and the participation during the discussion. So it should be clear in the syllabus what the students will expect and how they would respond to your different activities that you gave them. Next, the statement describing what students can expect from you, description of special procedures or rules for this class, especially if you are handling major subjects and laboratory subjects. So this should be uh, incorporated because these are very important. Advice on how to read or approach the materials for the class, the advice on how to study for quizzes and exams, the specific criteria for each graded assignment together with the rubrics, the statement on incomplete coursework, the statement telling students how to dispute a grade for an assignment or exam, statement regarding extra credit, statement regarding retakes and resubmissions, information on special services or resources, which might be helpful to students, and at the same other information which would help students succeed in the course. So the syllabi serve several purposes. So these are the following. The first one is to communicate the instructor's course design. So in the course design, included there are the goals, organization, the policies, the expectations, and the requirements to students. Next is to convey our enthusiasm for the topic and our expectations for the course. Next is to show how this course fits into a broader context or the big picture. Then to establish a contract with students by publicly stating policies, evaluation, requirements, and procedures for the course. And to set the tone for the course and convey how we perceive our role as a teacher and the role as a students. And to help students assess their readiness for the course by identifying prerequisite areas of knowledge, because there are subjects that require a subject that they will be taking before they can take that subject. And to help students manage their learning by identifying outside resources and or providing advice. And to communicate our goals and content to our co-teachers, to communicate the instructor's course design. And okay, so the course design. So we have this what we call the backward principles by Wiggins and Mackay in 2005. So there are three. The first one is we have to identify the desired results or the goals, or in other words, in our OBE course syllabi, that is what we call our intended learning outcomes, or our SILO, course intended learning outcomes, followed by determine acceptable evidence or progress, which means to assess if learners have learned. So this would come on what are the things that we do in order for us to assess the level of knowledge that they get from the subject that we are discussing. And the last one is plan learning experiences and instruction. So here is the part of doing learning activities in order to strengthen the knowledge of the students. And then for the objectives, so we have to assess what skills or knowledge and attitude that will students have after completing our course. So that is very important that we have to incorporate there. The example is at the end of this course, the student should be able to, and so on and so forth. Next are the intended learning outcomes, or the ILOs for your course. Since you are using content-based, so but beware of desire to cover the material. If it's skills-based, we can use just like in the TESDA, in which they have these learning competencies that that's the tool that they're using in assessing their students if they are competent or not competent. How are these learning outcomes be decided? By student needs, by departmental. So these are the things that we really have to consider in making our course or the objectives in our syllabus. Next, okay, so here you can see the rules regarding plagiarism. So it is highlighted there. Anyone who plagiarizes the writing of another person, whether published, will automatically fail the class. So this is an example of a specific rules. So assessment, what do you want to assess from your students? Is it knowledge? Is it the application? And of course, the last one is how you want to assess them in order to determine the knowledge or the application. It comes into examinations, learning insights or written works, a project perhaps, or a performance to do something. So those things have to be clear in your syllabus, so that the students will be guided on what things they will do in that subject matter. Then setting overarching goals assignment. So anticipate student questions and concerns and try to address them into your syllabus. So research indicates that the pressing concerns for students beginning a course are, will I be able to do the work? This is very important, especially during our online learning, because not some students have the opportunity to have a good internet connection, and some even don't have any internet connectivity. Will I like the professor? Yes, of course, this is also important. Will the subject matter interest me, or is it relevant to what I want to do? Do I have the prerequisite skills, knowledge to succeed? Can I handle the workload? Is it possible for me to get a good grade? And what sorts of policies does this instructor have regarding attendance, late work, participation, etc.? So in making your study design, in your syllabus design, it's very important that we have to incorporate all these things so that the student will be guided on the things about this matter. So addressing student concerns will help them to align their expectations with your expectation. And they also give them a sense of your teaching style and the priorities and allow them to make more informed decisions about whether or not to take the course. So that ends my short presentation on study design. And these are all my references. So I think that's all. So thank you very much for listening and God bless.